What's up, y'all? It's KMedulla with Sip Talk, where every day is a great day to create. Remember, passion fuels your purpose, and today we're going to be sipping and talking with dope poet Mr. B-Rock. So what's up? Tell me about yourself. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty amazing, you know what I'm saying? Despite the times that's going on right now, I feel pretty amazing. Just taking it one day at a time.
So we want to know, who is Mr. B-Rock?
Well, my mama named me Brandon, first and foremost, but I go by Mr. B-Rock, the rock star poet. If anybody did not know, they are a rock star as well. I got my live people down here, if that's cool.
What's
yeah.
up, y'all?
You know what I'm saying? It's just four of us, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But yeah, it's love. You are a rock star no matter what you do. If you're a janitor, be a rock star janitor. Essential workers, nurses, doctors, be a rock star nurse, rock star doctor. Love what you do what you love. That's my message.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So today we're going to get into a dope conversation with Mr. B-Rock, and he's going to perform for us afterwards, you guys, so tune in. So, B-Rock, during this pandemic and just this uprise of anti-blackness, how has your mental clarity been?
Irony is, this is the first, I guess, public movement, because people don't realize there's a George Floyd every 28 hours. It just doesn't get publicized, but that's for another story. But for the last 8 years since Trayvon Martin passed away, I have been like mentally and physically on the front line of this thing. You know, can we?
No.
Okay, yeah. I've been on the front line of this thing here, and it truly was kind of overwhelming for me, to be honest, when this one happened, because I don't know, my mental health was like, bro, when you go out there on the front line again, mental check. You know what I'm saying? I had to do a mental check for this one. So this is like the very first mass movement in 8 years that I'm like just kind of taking a back seat on. But I'm kind of proud at the same time, because there's so many people on the front line right now. Like, I'm so proud of us. Like, we out there, you know what I'm saying? And we're fighting for the right reasons. We're not playing, you know, and we're very solution oriented this time. I think before it was just like, man, get it out, and then we go back to our regular life. But now it's like, yo, like, they need to be indicted. This is what we need to do. This is what our kids need to do. This is what our grandkids, you know what I'm saying? Like, we really starting to kind of like set it up for real. So, my mental health has been stabilized throughout this thing.
So it's been stabilized. So have you been able to create anything during this, COVID-19, during this, Black Lives Matter? Like,
so it's so ironic. I do Lyft on the side, and literally the day before the pandemic jumped off, my account got deactivated. Right, that's a whole nother, we're gonna get into that later. Forget you, Lyft. Anyway, but my account got deactivated, but the next day the pandemic hit. So I looked at it as a sign from God. Like, yo, he was protecting me, like, for real, because I would have still been out there trying to get that money, But their demand dropped like 80%, and I wound up doing Instacart, which is like booming right now. And the overhead, like, it worked out for the most part. Yeah, for the most part it worked out. Yeah.
No.
But for those first 2 weeks when I was kind of just chilling, like, I couldn't work and I couldn't do anything at night because everything's closed.
Right.
I wanted to finish in my album. My last album that I just did was called Yeah, We Out Here. Yeah, We Out Here. You know what I'm saying? It's the world's first social media Instagram album. It is an album.
Okay, what? Explain it, because I might have to sit some.
People don't get it yet because it's been out for a month and it's still kind of like getting its traction. It's an album that's dropped exclusively on Instagram. Like, my posts are the tracks. So it's 12 posts, and it, like, the cover of it makes up the cover of the album. You just click on each one. But or you can go to IGTV and just watch it, simultaneously without any stops or anything. Yeah, so it's an Instagram album, and it's based around my Lyft rides, and I'm picking up creatives in the city. You know what I'm saying? People who do events and poets and stuff like that, and I'm just interviewing them while I'm giving them a ride per se, and then I do a poem or a song for them.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Really sad that I didn't know about this, but you guys, yes, I'm excited to.
So I got that done. That was really awesome. I spent like 4 days, sun up to sundown, just finishing it. It took 9 months to do it.
Wow.
So those last 4 days of Corona, I was able to really get it done.
I'm really excited to see what you're gonna do for this Sip and Talk. For the creatives that are out there in your profession, what is some advice to give them to be able to deal with what's going on right now, just to be able to clear their mental clarity?
So I kind of speak on two folds. So I'm a spoken word musician, but I'm also an entrepreneur businessman, and those are two completely different people. So to speak on one side, as a spoken word musician, I would encourage people to. So there's a woman, awesome, amazing literary writer. She's passed away now. Her name is Toni Morrison, and she has like books and novels and essays and stuff. But she has this one essay called it's like Rooted in Ancestors or something like that. And she talks about how your art must work. And what she means by that is it can't just be art for art's sake. It can't just be like the roses are red and the violets are blue. You know, that's not the game we play. Especially as people of color. We have to make our art work. You know what I'm saying? That means when people read it or listen or hear it or consume it, it has to activate something inside of them to make them want to do something, you know? So she says it's not the roses are red, you know what I'm saying, violets are blue. It's the roses are red, like the blood of my ancestors. The blood is, you know what I'm saying? Like it goes, you gotta really dive, you know? So I challenge all artists, you know, regardless of what your medium is, whether it's spoken word, whether it's visual, whether it's, you know, editing, directing, whatever it is, use it to the best of your ability. Use your gifts, your talents, and your skills to uplift your community. First and foremost, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not thinking about that, like, you're not really about this life, you know? So I encourage people on that side to do that. As an entrepreneur, businessman, or businesswoman, I would encourage people to tap into your emotional intelligence.
Woo.
Let's get. Let me.
No, it's fine, but go ahead.
How we sipping but we ain't cussing? Anyway, you can't sip and not cuss. Anyway, emotional intelligence is extremely important in business because business is black and white. It's just that bottom line. It's empirical, you know, and our emotions get in the way of us being able to actively make decisions that is best for the business. You know, emotional intelligence is understanding that you get emotional about something. Awareness that you get emotional about something. Understanding why you get emotional about it. Understanding that you can you control your emotion in the moment? In this case, in the movement, you know, in that sale, in that, you know, you have to be able to pinpoint what you're thinking at all times in order to be successful in business. So with COVID going on, you have to have enough intelligence to like, okay, it's a down period. Let me pivot. There's a word called pivot. As a business, you need to circumvent your business to fit the times. And not only that, don't get stuck in the time, but understand the future is coming. But if you're so emotional, like, oh, this is how it is now,
you gotta be able to adapt.
You know, you're gonna blind yourself. You have to be able to adapt.
No,
you know?
I agree.
So that's my that's my piece for them. You know,
I think the crazy thing about COVID-19 is that for small businesses, you know, we thrive on our audience coming to us, but now we have to go digital and e-commerce. Even with Sit Museum, like as an upcoming tea house and creative space where we get most of our energy from people coming in and sipping tea, or artists that, you know, might need studio space and just want to paint that day. So now we have to really sit down with ourselves and examine how can we move with the change. And if your business isn't able to adapt, then you're not going to be successful at all. So we had to restructure our business model. So in a way, I'm kind of thankful for the COVID-19, but then it's just like, I don't really know because my people dying, but you know, that's another story. But so no, I'm definitely like grateful for it because, you know, more than ever, we were just like, hey, with Sit Museum, we have a platform where we want to inspire people and just live by what we feel is right as humans that you're supposed to do. So, yeah.
Wow.
So you guys, I know that was heavy, but now we're about to get into this show and tell segment. Cause I know B-Rock finna turn up, so I don't know if you guys are ready, but I'm ready. His phone on low battery. So, you know, guys, like, yeah, so, you know, I'm just gonna move out the way a little bit because I already know, like, so yeah.
You know, revolution is like artwork. It's this colorful collage of chaos scattered between picket lines. An activist creates a masterpiece, letting signs, symbols, photographs, and poems die for solutions. It's like when an artist sees injustice, a camera starts shooting, computing every scene, line by line, shape by shape, color by color, frame by frame. Our memory TiVos the characters and settings like a child caught under a Sandy Hook desk or a child caught in the drive-by of his projects. I've recorded such nonsense, starring in the back seat of a police cruiser, in between a good cop and a bad cop. Imagine how they sounded over both my shoulders, debating between 2 bats on the back for not snitching or 4 misdemeanors, 6 days before my 8th grade graduation. I learned it was possible to feel lower than 0. 0 answers to the front door the pig found me knocking on. 0 sympathy for my innocent quotes, he cared only for his quota. 0 education on my rights or some chick named Miranda. 0 color dye in my white tee or the dozen of boys dressed like me, so 0 difference in the cop's mind because we fit the race and profile. Is it the wrong place at the wrong time or the wrong skin in front of the wrong eyes? The handbook of the criminal justice system is stenciled in letters that says kill black people, insert brown and poor people. We live in a nation that calls it rational, as long as it's legal. Shoot, slavery was legal. Sharecropping was legal. Insert convict leasing, prison stock markets, juveniles with adult sentences, stand your ground, stop and frisk, armed self-defense. White man, pick up your gun and shoot these, end quote. But what pisses me off is that cowards be ducking from the pistol in his pocket, hiding from the shotgun behind his door, the one in his glove compartment, the one in his bank chasing people out of their homes, the one in his hospital in case we discovered the truth about his money medicines, the one in his pool pit, holding our heads hostage, keeping our heads down as he shoots the relatives we are praying for, blessing our communities with drugs, a heavenly escape as we sin even more, and it's beautiful, right? You see, surviving Baltimore for me wasn't a struggle, it was artwork. My childhood drawings are now scripted memories, filmed in my mind, fueling my spirit as my pen begins to protest. Art and revolution. Art is revolution. Hear words start shooting. Bang! It go bang! Pop, 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 da-da-da, pop, 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 till hearts stop and bodies drop. Pop, pop, bang! This is not a drill. Bang, pop! Hide your women and children. Boom! My masculinity will not be moved. Boom! They won't show this on your national news. Pop, pop! I'm at your dinner table. Pop, pop! In your fancy grocery stores. Pop, pop, pop! On top of your head. Black boots on your spouse's head. My fofo make sure all your kids don't grow. Pop, pop, pop! For the police officers exchanging lives for paychecks. For the businessmen profiting from human punishment, for the prosecutors who hate us and the judges who displace us. Let this poem, its words, and my voice box detonate the C4 bombs under your favorite toilets.
Look,
Are you finished yours? Like,
listen,
let me catch up.
I need you to catch up. When you were performing, I just felt so like, I don't know, like, I always love seeing you perform because you are so passionate behind your words, and I'm just like, what was he thinking? So like, it was so much emotion that was going on, like just like this when you was performing. Like, I hope you guys were able to feel something out of what Mr. B-Rock just performed. B-Rock, how can we follow you? Where can we find you to get more inspiration like this?
Facts. So I always kind of encourage people to follow the arts community, the poetry community in general. If you follow in the poetry community, you following me. So follow Reflective Soul Series, follow KMedulla, follow Sip and Paint, follow, you know what I'm saying, Come Get Some Open Mic, follow Cats Cafe, follow Reflective Soul Series, follow, you know what I'm saying, like, if you're following poetry, you're following me. But if you want to follow me, you know what I'm saying, you want my number, you know, they want to slide in my DM. No, you can follow me at Mr. B-Rock, MR_B_rock. That's Mr. B-Rock on Instagram, SoundCloud, Reverb Nation, Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify, MySpace, Black Planets, Christians Mingle, Farmers Meet, Astronauts Connect.
Wasn't it one that said like about fish or something like that? Anyways. But thanks so much for sipping and talking with us today, Mr. B-Rock. To my dope viewers, what are you creating today? Drop these comments below and let's sip and talk about it. I want to hear from you. And don't forget to follow us on YouTube at Sip Museum ATL. And for the IG folks, Sip Museum ATL. And for the Facebook folks, for like the grandmas, the aunties, and the cousins.
I love you, Grandma.
Grandma, all them, and the next door neighbor. Follow us on Facebook at Sip Museum. I will see you guys next time on Sip Talk.